All right, guys. So today is Tuesday. We're kind of chipping along. We got a bike on the dyno that we need to finish up that we're going to do a video on. So you guys keep an eye out for that video. Also, real quickly, I kind of wanted to go over a couple of bikes with Sean here and kind of get you guys up to date on some of the other projects that Sean is kind of bringing into the shop now. So not only are we going to be doing obviously the servicing and the builds and things like that, but we're also going to have another side of all of this going on. So we're going to talk to Sean now. So why do you have Johnny's bike?
Long story short, before we decided to open this shop up and before me and Eric teamed up, me and Johnny have been talking about, going back racing again. He's more of his retirement years now, and he's wanting to kick back on the boat and, spend a little bit more time at the beach. But, that fire still burns strong in him, to compete and, to keep doing what we've always done. The last 20 years, man, this is all we've done is built, performance hot rods. So it's in his blood, and he still wants to go racing. And, so we thought together I'd work on the bike, kind of bring some of the new technology stuff that I do and, kind of merge it with some of his old school, tech and try to come up with a cool bike to go out and race in the real street category. So that's kind of where we're at right now. We just freshened the motor up. I'm getting ready to bolt the turbo system back on it right now.
Oh yeah,
and then we're going to take it back down and have it, finished up.
Cool, man. This thing is nasty. It would be so cool to see this thing back on the track. I'm not going to lie. So many people know this bike. That's what's crazy is this bike has such long, deep-rooted history.
I bet this bike has made more passes than probably any other bike in the country.
And imagine this thing getting revitalized,
right,
and going back out
back for round two.
Yeah, that's what's wild.
Coming back for round
that
two.
would be absolutely insane.
So where we're at right now is we're trying to figure out what bike is going to be the best option for the real street category. Every bike has its own set of rules, has its own list, of specifications. Right now, with my body weight on a turbo big bore bike, I can be 67 inches long. That's incredible.
And that's with a hand clutch.
That's with a hand clutch.
Right.
So I really believe that with 550 horsepower at 67 inches long with our gangster little clutch setup in there, I do not feel like we're going to have any problem, going, 730s, 720s. So this is the one. If you want to walk in here, we'll go show them the other option.
Yeah, let's go look at the other one.
So if this bike doesn't work out, then this one is set to come up on the lift right after it. But this is our 1000 real street bike here. So my wheelbase on this bike, I get to be 69 inches long. So it's a little longer, little lighter. It's a different package, but we believe that, this can also be fast. So we're going to try both packages out. Me and Eric collectively are going to ride them and, we're going to get them down the track and see which one we feel like is going to be the better option.
Yeah, we're definitely not going to have any shortage of options here soon as we chip away at these bikes, because there's quite a few bikes laying around that are, some are about halfway done, some are 3/4 of the way done. Some, just every one of them needs a little bit of love to be able to get it to kind of get into the class, the real street class, which is going to be, what would you say? That would be one of our main focuses this year.
That's our main focus. For us, running a business now and, needing to promote our products and promote what we do, obviously the super stock class is our bread and butter because that's all of our pipe and power commander. That's our technology. If we're not out progressing and not out learning, well, then we don't have any product to bring back to the customers. So I feel like us being in the super stock category keeps us at the forefront of stuff like this. This brand new 2024 GSXR 1000 in here. He wants to come in and wants a pipe and a power commander and a tube. Well, that super stock category is what keeps us at the pinnacle for that. Keeps us at the pinnacle of information, keeps us, learning everything that we can learn. So between this super stock bike, we've got 4 or 5 of them laying around in the shop. This keeps us on the forefront of what we're doing. This is now going to help us with our customers with their turbo bikes and their turbo applications and building turbo street bikes. Everything that we learn racing these motorcycles is going to be translated back to our customers for our product. So very trick parts on this bike. That's a one-off, fuel system there, in-tank brushless fuel pump.
Yeah, that's
Penske
wicked.
triple adjustable, shock there. Pop the tank off of it. Motors fresh by Johnny Turbo, fresh injectors. Turbo systems mounted. So it's about 50% of the way done. So now we need to wire it and just do some of the final stuff here. But
yeah, this is going to be a fun project, honestly,
Yes.
to kind of finish up. This
all
this
fresh
looks
black
good.
powder coating. It's coming out really trick.
Yeah, this is going to be wicked. This is going to be fun, honestly. See stuff like this, like actually building the race bikes. This is what's killer. Like this to me is like this is the fun part.
Yes. So we've got 2 of these that we're going on with, and then we probably should go back and go show them the grudge bike too.
Yeah, let's go
What's
show
going on
them.
with that? That's our bread and butter there too.
That is another biggie that we're going to be trying to really focusing on. Obviously, we have a lot on our plates, with moving into the new shop, teaming up with Sean, all of these things. We have a lot going on, but another big major goal of ours is to really compete in real street and what we're about to show you guys next, which those of you who do follow our channel, you already kind of know a little bit about this bike. We've showcased it a couple of times, but now we're here, it's in the shop, we're going to get up close and personal with this bike. So I'm going to let Sean take it away now.
So this bike is what we feel like is going to be the fastest motorcycle on the planet on a street tire. That's what we're building it to do. Pretty much if you show up to the track and you're on a street tire, this bike is ready to go down in the lane next to you. So it doesn't matter what it is. So this bike, full built motor, we actually just put a 4-speed billet auto trans in it. It does have a big crank, it's a hot rod motor, 72 millimeter turbo, runs on methanol. It's got a slider clutch with an air lockup. So it's got all the right stuff, all the cool trick stuff. So I just got the motor back in it with the new trans, just primed the oil pump, just got the clutch put back in it. I'm going to get the plenum and the fuel system kind of put back on it today. I'm hoping we're going to start this thing tomorrow and have it running and start getting ready to go to the track. I think we're going to go to the track next week.
Yeah, that'd be wicked. Now, what fuel do you run on this, Sean?
So it runs on M1.
M1.
Yep, methanol.
Methanol. Meth.
Yep.
The
Methanol.
good shit.
Yep. So it's got a bunch of trick stuff. I mean, it's top of the line. This bike has pretty much anything that you can buy for one. It's there. Obviously you can show them. It's got the external starting mechanism. This is kind of cool. So when you're maximum effort, any amount of weight that you can leave at home, you want to leave at home. You don't want to take it down the track with you.
So explain real quick for those who are watching, explain why you have this.
Right. So this bike runs on a mechanical fuel pump, right? It takes it takes 30, 40 pounds of fuel pressure before the fuel will actually atomize in the injectors. So what we do is we actually put a delay on the injectors so that you can spin the motor up to build fuel pressure before the injectors will actually fire, or else it'll just flood your motor when you have low fuel pressure because it doesn't atomize. So this 24 volt starter system spins our motor over fast enough so that the mechanical fuel pump can build enough fuel pressure for the bike to actually start. So what you run into with methanol, and a lot of people just don't understand that, is the amount of fuel that it takes to actually start this motorcycle. Like it is almost maxing out the injectors just to get the bike to start. So with that, you have
now, guys, just he's not running stock injectors by any means. These are massive, massive injectors.
Yes.
So when he says max out the injectors, we're talking about injectors that are freaking 100 times bigger than the OEM ones, and it's still maxing them out.
Well, to put it in perspective, so our turbo real street bikes that run on regular gasoline, right? They run on C16, which is regular gasoline. They run 4 1050 injectors, right?
And they make 550.
They make 500 horsepower,
Yeah.
Something like that.
Something like
this bike runs 4 2600s. So literally over double the size injectors, and it almost maxes them out to start.
Just to start it. Yeah. So just to give you guys that idea how much fuel these things actually consume on meth. Now that's also with methanol. That is methanol specific. So just to kind of keep you guys, informed, it's not like if we were to convert over to gasoline, like a C16, Q16 based fuel, a much different story. But again, you wouldn't really require a mechanical pump probably at that point. We could probably run an electric one. But all in all, that's kind of why you have to beef up this fuel system an intense amount just to get this damn thing to run. And we would run larger injectors, but to be honest with you, 2600 is kind of the max. You know,
it's just it's based on block temperature. You know, kind of, you know, basically if the block temperature is below 60 degrees, the bike won't start. So you have to have the block temperature above 60 degrees. That way the injectors actually have enough capacity to get the motor to start. So it's very rare that this bike is, you know, in temperatures below 60 degrees. So we typically don't have any issues with it. But when we are cold weather racing, and we are, you know, racing, you know, up in Georgia and stuff when it's 40 degrees outside, we tend to have to put a heater on it and get the block temperature up.
Yeah, yeah. But wicked bike. Wicked bike. This thing, I mean, we've seen it in action. This thing is absolutely insane, honestly. To see this thing sitting here is wild. To see it all apart is wild, you know.
Now they're going to get to see every step of the way. You know, we're going to go to the track with it next Thursday, and we're going to shake it down again with the new transmission. And, you know, I got to go into the ECU and turn off the kill time. So before it had a non-auto transmission, so we were actually killing the injectors, killing the spark, you know, to actually get it to shift.
Yeah.
Now it's got a 4-speed auto in it. We no longer have to kill it to shift it. So I'm going to go in and shut all that stuff off and pretty much leave the same tune-up in it that I had before, and then, you know, just send it down through there and see how it goes.
Yeah, wicked bike. So, and guys, so what we're gonna do as time progresses and as things kind of go on here at the shop, we'll show you guys more and more of this bike. You know, we kind of want to give you a little snippet right now and kind of give you a taste of kind of how this bike works, if you will, at least kind of how to get it started and running. But, you know, as time goes on, like we said, we'll kind of we'll fill you more information in. But actually, if you can't, comment down below. Tell me what you think. Tell us what you think about Sean's bike. You know, this thing is rowdy. So, but tell us down below what you guys think. If you guys want to see it in action, we will be at Bradenton quite often with this bike, honestly, as many chances as we can kind of get just to get more seat time. You know, Sean really needs to learn this bike and get it dialed in. You know, that's another thing that we're going to be working on, is getting this thing all dialed in for you know, his riding style and to make it go A to B as fast as we can, obviously. So, but yeah, man, comment down below, guys. Tell me what you think about the bike, and tell us, just give us your honest opinion on it. I mean, honestly, the first time I saw it and I saw it run, it was like, holy shit.
Yep.
It's
the first time
wild.
I rode it was very, very intimidating. And it gets better every pass, but when you let go of a button and the bike's pulling 3 Gs and it's in a you know, 4-inch by 4-inch section on your tailbone that's pushing 3 Gs on you, it's definitely a weird sensation that you've got to get used to. So.
Yeah, you're getting royally effed, and yeah, man, that's crazy to think though that's what's holding you in place.
Yeah,
is this?
Yeah,
that little piece. That's it.
Yeah.
That's what's holding all that.
But, you know, show them this is all, you know, this is a custom wiring harness here. You know, this is a standalone ECU wiring harness. You know, so there's none of the factory harnesses here. You can see all this stuff's really nice and loomed, and everything's all
nice and labeled.
So this actually goes to the injector harness. This has a harness that runs over for the injectors. It's actually up on the plenum now, but. You know, so everything's labeled really nice,
super efficient.
Everything's super, you know, organized, and that's what, you know, what this bike's all about. This bike is about, you know, everything being easy to get to, easy to work on. You know, that way if we hurt it during rounds or anything like that, we can swap it out
fairly quickly.
It's an easy bike to go racing with.
And that's the kicker. That's the biggest thing when you actually talk about racing. You want to be very, 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 very efficient.
Yes.
You know, efficiency is key, because again, when shit goes wrong, which it does,
yes.
It's not a if, it's a when. That's when you need to go ahead and hit the ground running and get this thing swapped or whatever you got to do. You know, it's all about making it as quickly as possible, getting in and out. Sean's got this dope little ZX9R. And this bike's got some history.
Blow-through carburetor.
Blow-through carb setup. So he just got it running again. He's getting ready to go on a test drive. Yeah, pump that bitch up. Try again. It's carbureted. You gotta let her warm up a little bit. She needs her fluids moving around again. It's got to warm up. It still sounds cold. Yeah.